Hello, mathematicians. Happy Friday. Today is October the 2nd, 2020. I am Miss Glad, and we are going to continue using our detective skills to solve problems that are a little bit trickier than the problems that we have been studying earlier this week involving addition and subtraction. So today we are going to search for clues like detectives on Law and Order to solve problems, two-step problems involving addition and subtraction. We're going to take the same strategies that we have learned for one-step problems and apply them to two-step problems. We will know how to analyze two-step word problems. We will understand how to recognize action words involving addition and subtraction. And we will be able to demonstrate understanding using strategies such as regrouping, strip diagrams, and number lines. Before we get into our lesson for today, I want to review some of the action words that we have learned in our previous lesson. Okay, so we're going to start with the addition action words that we have learned this week. And so we remember sum. Sum is the answer to an addition problem. Expression is nothing more than a number sentence that involves numbers and an operation which could include addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. For right now, we are focusing on addition and subtraction. And so the numbers that are in this expression are called addends. And when we combine the addends together, we then get our sum or the total. Altogether is another action word that we have learned for addition, and it just simply tells us that we are going to be combining two or more things together to find a total. And combine is a new word. Well, it may not be new to third grade, but it's another word that you're going to hear frequently and read frequently in word problems. And that is another indication that more than likely we will be combining two or more things. For subtraction, we learn phrases like fewer or less. And we know that when we are subtracting, we're simply comparing two things, and we're trying to figure out the difference between those two things. And difference is a comparing word that lets us know that we are going to compare two things again. And we want to make sure that when we are subtracting, that our answer, which is the difference in subtraction, answer to subtraction, that our answer is not greater than the greatest number that's already involved in or included in your word problem. How many more is another action that lets us know that action phrase that lets us know that we are going to subtract. And decrease by is another clue to tell us that we are going to subtract. So before we even got into solving any problems, we first reviewed our clue words. We figured out some clues that can help us be great detectives to solve our problems. And we also came up with a plan. We had to have a strategy, something to help guide our thinking, to guide our clues, to help us connect the dots when we're trying to figure out those problems and how we're going to solve them. So our problem solving plan looks like this. And with our problem solving plan, we use all components of the problem solving plan because we want to make sure that we include the information that we understand about the problem. We want to come up with an actual plan using our strip diagram or some kind of sketch to show our thinking and how we're going to solve the problem. And then we want to actually work out the problem. You could actually work it out using a standard algorithm, using a standard algorithm method for addition or subtraction. You can use number lines to show your work. It's totally up to you, whichever strategy you feel comfortable with when you are solving. You just want to make sure that whatever strategy you use, you have a way to check it. And so in the checkbox, we want to make sure that we're checking our work, as well as we're going to write a statement on what is going on in our, writing a statement justifying our thinking and how we got our answer. And so here we just have another example, another um, visual for you to see your problem solving board and what are some of the things that you can include in those sections of understand, plan, solve, and check. And here we have a model of a strip diagram for addition. We have, remember, I know in second grade, I've heard a lot of second graders in the previous years use part, part, whole, or whole, part. Whichever way you want to phrase it or however you want to remember it, it's up to you. In third grade, you may hear the teachers refer to it as a strip diagram. It's the same thing as you guys did in the second grade: part, whole, part. And here is an example of a number line, how we can use the number line to add numbers. Okay, so before we actually get started on our lesson for today, I want you guys to listen to this story, and I want you to see how the character, I want you to pay close attention to how the character discovers if he changes his thinking and overcome his fear of any problems that he encountered in the story. The problem really isn't as big or as difficult as it looks. So I want you guys to kind of take any fear that you may have about problem solving, and now that we're moving to multi-problem solving, I want you to take any kind of fears or anxiety that you may be having right now about problem solving, because out of your mind, because I know that it can be challenging for a lot of students and it can be very intimidating. But with the things that we've learned this week, and because you have such awesome teachers in the third grade, we're going to use our skills and the knowledge that we have about problem solvers, and we're going to become expert problem solvers. So I want you to listen to this story, and then once we finish with the story, then we're going to move on with our lesson for today.